initiative. In fact, Ghana for a press conference in the and journalists are called Asempa. More call for any be sabi or more Muslim questions and I was from Busta. But yes, you have a chair drink a crack, said me. And he said, America, sabi, you knew or the country or crown flag, yes, you cried here. Onchimi and show, sa upu, making Kofi a promo deportees. Our Mugu deportation center. Into Munjum. Now, and answer Munjum and one Bibianka. I don't believe that it is like that. But Abambia will acquire of us to cover the story and answer on the information be or the Beba. And he said, a day notice and a Ghana entire into agreement with the United States of America. So that I and check 2 months in an American government said countries are mobile and Ghana come. You know visa 5 years visa crown or much or the started Ghana 2 months ago and our honorable Kujeto Ablaka or name the committee chairman on foreign affairs and as State Department or America in your brush diplomatic brush our car said Ghana on court no country Ghana government said American for companies Wahab and the car ye di companies in Chumka now we jai say Obra America Ababeru Abekika Sabi Ebia Bizasem or one no and the 2 weeks and America for a 30 say Ubia Yama 5 years is a Bia Ukuma be a female or the country do count. The reasons that America for the count, part of the reasons was said, or the deportees at the back, now or be severe or no visa relations, or Bama visa restrictions, or better visa or demands, or things no number of years of visa or demand, or better. So for 25 years ago, and American president then, I think Bush, about 2 more 5 years visa. But and say be and me say we will create to American in some discussions. And did not me share me who said one of the discussions on the table na say G woman maybe better relations and once with regards to the visa troubles because affecting senior officials of government will be because you will be free. And now if you said no, just try to get ya the nipa 14 in Bremo, ya the mu go fi free mu do ma ba. Monji na ya say ya mai bibia okay skata mu tonchen. What next? Ukoji wo mu ba ye. E dem ran na ne da. Ya yet time taking it. Ghana up to today, of course, and to 2015 or thereabout, you know. His Excellency President Mahama regime at that time, and Gitmo 2. No, 2016. 2016 thereabout. 2016. And Gitmo 2. Many can say Gitmo 2 no. Obia and find a near who some componini. And Obia to and Chebezia or Moda, Obia and Chebezia. And a prison being why I don't portray it. And she don't call him. So, although Gitmo 2. For instance, Odumba statelet. The Congo Pond Baku Yemenis, Baku Saudi Arabian. You don't come to whom so many free. And the government of that country says, who flew also, what do you mean, Joe? And the Ghana didn't buy it. You can't render anybody a general country. Statelet. No. And even with the Gitmo, some of us raise the issue, said, the only way Ghana to me, you must have either honorary citizenship on the person. Are given to the person, accepted, and I say, woman nationality upon arrival. And yet, immigration records, what the blank sheet, and the paper tassel, anything, the country nationality unidentified. And now, anything, government, and then the opposition of the day at the time, parliamentarians at the time, Obian will to me besides say, okay, I do humanitarian reasons, nationality, status ban on the world. As we speak, you know, I presume so me a Ghana for. In the same way, Oma would do Mubano. Yenya Timakasi is be a Liberia for, be a Nigeria for, be a Togo for near that. That's okay. You're an ECOWAS bloc member, founding member of ECOWAS, and I done do your pro-independence, freedom and justice. It is said, or what the other African countries, and what sub-region now. I'm looking at 2 things. One, United States of America, so or go be equal they don't do transiting, they don't transit passengers. Listeners, anyone can say, America won't transit in deportation because for fear of whatever could happen through the transit center. And he said, the ordinary American or the so they New York Deportation Center. We don't know if we be a Philadelphia and New Jersey. And now what about the mobile? That is how it is. Ordinary for flight, on funding for Germany. Or let transit to Europe, and you can see obesity political asylum. What do you mean for them? Ordinary Holland, Amsterdam Airport, then you can Pajan and Tata on American Timmy deportation. No about the burden of Holland government. Flight in the buy, Holland government better charge about 5,000 euros. And Sana, Nipan with the asylum, like I say, a treaty problem. Or the Nipa Belgium are the same thing. The America for now may suspect is only any there. The Nipan 14 to move private jetting. Nipan 14 or do move bar, or to move from pay back commercial jets and from Mukwama direct to Accra. And one to cut or the top our West African airport, 86 citizens in England. And maybe another dream minimum said 1. Our non-stop flight from New York to Accra Delta. 1, 2. Or non-stop flight from Washington to Accra. And also or non-stop. And you don't buy any say. Only gonna be a can what them say. Okay, your flight to Magraheb. Only a ECOWAS citizen. Made the Mcbrown. Now bar. Transfer them. In this case, is a deportation in transit, which is accepted and done by every country. Deportation in transit, you won't take it home, but American government now they can take it. And they on one American plane and whatever. And the Nipa no do more and South for Nipa 14. They will sit at the last end of the flight. Last end of the flight, and on do better. American agents do mobile, either FBI or Secret Services or American National Guard for the Gumba. Omoda belt only other passengers, no mama 1 line or 2 lines, or matter pretty, or be anti-safety so that they keep them at bay at the back of the aircraft. Now flight in here, not Ghana authorities, immigration, police, any other national security for. Oma Kwaku share flight, and the airline said, open passengers now aircraft in now will be able to now Babeka 14 now Manu non-national authorities Akuffo. Now maybe at the time national authorities Akuffo American authorities now Asempa agents 1. The first thing they exchange, so no more passports. The passports are given to the pilot. Passports are given to the pilot. Now US agent do full flighting. Akon the pilot one pilot passports Algeria, the first Ghana migration officer. When the crap passport the Ghana migration officer for certification. Certification need to count the number of people, any documents of their man. Paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, 4 immigration for the magic in you. Now, but some of them they do not their handcuffs. And that is where the catch. See the problem is here. America for the truth will be handcuffs now. Some of them will couple with them, some of them will decide to feel flight in the soul. Until they handcuff them and give them to Ghana. Not Ghana so Jum, until me besides the Kotoka International Airport. Have we noticed say Nipa 14 you more divine a bang your touch in you before and I receive more time in the soul. That's one intention. Nationalities now Mumbai. Liberia, Nigeria, Togo, Burkina ni. Senaya dear said the canon not ya. Na me share no senka Mr. Kuja to be council to say. Ye king Russia woman. Why Nigeria ni? Ye man onward transfer. In that case, in Ghana, Nigeria, America for the next would take it say. Yawa a virgin echo. Yaw ask I call. And Yawa Ghana fly our echo. Intinko from airport near Donko Transit. Near Rubiako, Nagana, you know, woman, Nagana for woman. Yama woman exit entry. Now, crime Bennett, you remember. Nowadays, but there were drugs related crime. And I know what double American prison and American said on for ordinary Bandukuma. And the Ghana authorities, this question said, Yamana 20 jail sentence. Name say, yes, sir, a immigration related issue. Just say, Nevada, who and now we paper, and I know the deportation center near Denver and your crime. And 20 minutes, you know, said the reading, sir. Yes, I woman, you go do a military and I go Mako. So, what you not had now you just only not something, now bother on drugs. You can't keep the person to humanitarian. Now you see a what you treated the purpose. It is a lawyer be sorry. No Coco Ghana court say and conform be a macho against your right. They are right. You cannot arrest me and hold me if mere purpose of a deportation on one immigration status. Now the map third country and a second country say on Jimmy non-transfer and come country. That country no Gina would me Fanuko baby because when yes it's after of a refugee no acceptance in Ghana sign be. And they would hear him yeah. Miss Okuya to say. And I didn't think a journalist would say.
Miss Wahab nature said no na kofa court on Samo Bemuse say nipa nemu 11 lawyers the omayi court because he had the 3 pokwama 3 no one is saying so no the country I will free muni enti oko US no na ye persecute no for say oka LBGT community no ho ena Nigerian ba koso story odiko sani enyina ye nim so omudiko di adro no and then one Nigeria to Nigerian so dia wo kan say ono so na entokwa bi wo ho no mo ama police for bo na and he was warned say any day you obesi ho no omo bebu naku no.
Thank you.
Eti ono so ye de ne konti we nyina no ne ye tie say lawyers so omo de omayi court no yetimi de court se ne wo ken
but you only allowed 100%. Now we say in Bimwa campaign for my cancer, ultimate informant. So what they know? What you must grant them one status. Into my business question is that Yajoma airport and first day he no die. They only look at 2 hotel and a hotel fee and a hotel and a journey and a man car grant transportation, accommodation, and feeding, and then also pocket money called the active fee. So the time your man dear, now me church see you see can you be card here and your document your inbound inland online Ghanaian call them refugee or deportees inland or free north and now through Kumasi about we have been or Dabontin Tiampankoba woman but the Agyapong national status say you're a Ghana you're an ECOWAS member American forward non fly because we so could any Ghana from paying for Obiano did that version about June because of the American non-stop flight because ECOWAS in England that and the US in the flight you look on non-stop and what Shatta airport and what Shatta aviation system and what Shatta your migration authorities your one can ask them and one is say it is a humanitarian you can take some of us have been a translator with the mission. So we know what is called humanitarian. So what you mean you will be asylum seeker deported on basis was seeker asylum our third country and at third country and granting asylum no deporting about second country. So what people so it means that you are granting the person status of asylum. You are granting automatically status of the asylum because you apply asylum or America. So we LGBT plus advocate and Yapanachino. America for Anjantum because there is no basis, there is no confirmation. And they didn't go back to the country. Until for any Pabakuna to flight to end transit. God say Trump said the American government so didn't for Europe and basic asylum. And the person punish you, so won't conquer Europe because it's a good destination into a local African country. What the local African country there? Then I'm saying that it is incumbent by the UN Charter, the Refugee Charter, UNHCR, all the regulations, you can't take the person out land or asylum status, baby. That country, no, the immigrant state. The immigrant state, America is an immigrant state. Canada is immigrant state. UK is immigrant state, Australia is immigrant state. Three of these immigrant states, which US is one of the father laws of immigrant states. No one will deporting a refugee, one accepting asylum status. One accepting an asylum application. No, the Mcbrown as a third world or second country. Now, Jenna, when Timmy say the panel and country and say, when one swagino, or some Nigeria, Nigerian, and Tinuano, Buneko. Uncle Dahi, Uncle Jahi, Uncle Didi. So when you sign your man there, you might as well not have received, accepted them, give them back to the person or the country that brought them. And solving the issue in war. Because the country, Martin, we did article from Wamawo. Even bringing them to the court. Or no call represent him as a human rights lawyer. And these are some of the things that some of us want to be involved. Because the judge is not hearing what is bringing them. How they were even transported into the country is also questionable. Yes, your father Christmas, that's okay. Ghana is noted for that. Treatment bed the Dima Liberia for Kwadwo and voluntary repatriation. Women voluntary repatriation. Women deported. Deported means either in their handcuff or forcibly deporting them against their wish and their will. And it is a China. Nipane brain ya deneba, who shouldn't mean China say, what did not go to police cells? That is completely wrong. And the country should come clean. And surprisingly, said, okay, in yes, a parliament. Yes, indeed. This issue, Honorable Kudagyeto Black said, it was not for parliamentary administrative. What does that mean? Administrative meaning said it is the presidency where the decision was made possible, with him the Minister of Foreign Affairs at the middle with the president, and agreed. This is it. So if it is administrative there, then go and tell me. Come and tell me and tell you and tell Ghanaian listeners say, is it against the Foreign Affairs budget? Is it against Ministry of Interior budget? Is it against NADMO? And now say Ghana Prison Service and now Ghana Fire Service Ghana Fire Service budget. Which budget are we going to use to take care of them? I hit now go Mukotina. What's the man in fact in Babu Shobaka just one tina? Banoko up lavish please. Let's look how the Manu and one watch cantonments. I said many about Kofi. If they want to cantonments. Who was it down and so we deported? I had no bed, you have a pump and so Metna airport. You know, I'm here because I'm in the airport. And what exactly is the country doing with the US deportees? Much as I agree, sir, America will not do transit deportation. They don't do it.
Yen to me for among Kotana baby fa conte say Kane sen ye nim Liberian ye see wo ye say ye nekra ye daso Liberia campe wo mayimuno. We nin chesa what can be say gitmochu yi enne yemfa ye nim hu wo betonne so onma wade Ghana ha wuwo so otehin ye hu ti say woji ahoho bi say ya wuntumi meto wasawra mewo manumu baby obetna ne obedi sa ne mani nyina no you must cater for country I will be your monosan.
Exactly, Chese. I mean, sure, baby. In the case of Gitmotu, America fortified prisons of the whole entire United States. There were no American government in Ukraine. 1 4 man to prison on land. Although to Gitmo Guantanamo, only Cuba border, ensuring the prison war. Why did Obama break it down? Why did he close it down? Because that prisoners were classified highly risk. War front America Iraq and Afghanistan and other places. Any Kuwait fight in what is it? Helicopter. I fly over the machines, over the prison. A day cost America almost $500,000 a day. $500 a day. Taking care of Guantanamo prisoners. And to Obama can say the huge cost now are costume and the man guru and was started with home country. But woman declare home country say mean free hand. Only the stateless ones, you know. I hire boom by you know. Ghana once, you know me say country your president Okujinaso or swear oath of allegiance or swear oath of secrecy. and also an oath of office in Yamanema. Your oath of secrecy, is that what we took? Is that what we exercise? How come the country has not been able to tell? That we don't bank or that's why highly criminal and America focus on intimidation now. Okoje the Bayano network in America for Jinaso. So we are Al-Qaeda, we are Daesh, we are ISIS, we are Ansawa, we are this kind of business now. We know rebels, terrorists, you know. And it's about to Kumha. And when we have the same network, and when we start having a problem, Libya, what would happen? But country in woman go by, we want to be peace. Solid in the country, in this anchor for one way. Yes, we know, or some people know say, we know, and today the crowd were done in it. Now, we have better Kuma, Nigeria, on ECOWAS city, in what Kuma years, 20-25 years. Ghana does not give her citizenship just like that. It's one of the countries in Africa with very difficult of issuance of citizenship. Edema will be. They don't do that. And to give me for a woman day. And it's our Kofi will swap. Also on Nigeria, where you wanted in Tinukusi asylum, Okosiki asylum. So Okosiki asylum, non America for 1G2 or then a bar. One agents on the bar, you must grant them asylum. You can't deport them. You can't keep them also in your cells. It is against international law. It's against the UNHCR law and all the chapters signed so far. So what do you mean Kochi will be a asylum seeker? We are deporting that second world country, receiving country. Who to what such chapter will such a Sanya Manate. Now Jenna also did not come to tell. One Pananka court. Lawyer Janata, who are they? Where are they? What are we talking about? But the at least room the 40 this is over. Ghana must be very careful with how we handle some of these things. Much as we have good rapport with America, we support say only no problem. But we shall have a valid agreement say they are transfer passengers. Transfer in transit into the airport, you know, they will be transited to their country. Inland those Ghanaians among them, you release them to the family. Then South is done everywhere. What do you mean what you be from American prison? Then I want to check the final corner of the American prison. One was the New York prison, one at the Washington prison, one at the Philadelphia prison. Now they never go to Sawama or better. Do you think they are stupid? Because when you jump cop, what did you 4 times a day, what did you 5 times a day, a draw upon one you're showing throughout. And so how far you are your business? And how far you have your business? How far in a James Fort you share your business? It took watching the number 2 prison. What humanitarian are you granting? You can be a humanitarian country granting accepting deportees. No, China knows how to now to sell. What kind of international practices is that?
Nature say Nhyira Mr. Wahab ye betumi anya problem wo sa papa ye we hu say ye see akwaji nipa ne ye behwe omo na say omo charge omo boye ne say omo de ye bedu ye omo de yakwa akogum omo ka so omo je ye na afi omo asade ye ko enti say eba international community no kura say international court kura no a ya Nhyira be say akwaji manso abeto ye ho so wo asem we hu.
I say anyone say be obi a watching whoever is already on the ground on floor no you are not afraid to fall. One no say be ebi ni ho and the bushoni bi no say be I will make sure so or then ko. But the point is say there were UN rep our Accra. Say Oliver Vomao and I say women lawyers here. They should rush to UN rep in Accra. I want a petition. Let's show Adom because Schwar is still induced a Ghana court. What do you go against what the government has done? Uncle UN rep, no represent, uncle petition with UN rep. But these are refugees. These are people who have seek political asylum and etc. Nobody wants to know. From America. America deport from Ghana. Ghana has arrested them and keeping them in American jail. And it's a serious issue. We don't do that. And young consult, we are all here. We understand it. We've been translators for several years with some of the world missions. And you said they are in here, Juma. Nigeria refugees by cross border. They're Roma Kotu. Yenny refugees from cross Cote d'Ivoire, 13,000. Arguably, we are trying to how many of them. Cote d'Ivoire, Roma Kotu prison. Madam Pacho, what is a Cote d'Ivoire? Nhyira, Obra to prison.
Oh, and Rakra, a minority fue ranking member deputy eko honomo ya chese baby a yedi omo atena kra na se contractor bi chese apartments a wosisi de man workers and we yi omo free ho na yedi ama omo honomo ahwa a eho ye only say nsuo na osibi ni wo but dan no mutim ne de video edi tum na chese ho yara
go di wa ho mebo a
wo se
just na go di wa for dum chi wo no o man po manko Ghana Burkina for cross by ha na Burkina problem abali yeti o me dum ko it's the same thing. It is under the international status refugee law. Wintimi nchi obi a wo dwane bibi ato no wo dwan we de enye so mu dwane America se menjo UF ho me America say I cannot begrudge and I cannot speak against that by the practice of the US. Anything of a country your friend is soft bargaining spot was soft bargaining with Ghana. All Jimmy Goka in UK British for share ebina omune British for also say your friend Rwanda. So no British deportees. How do they even respect it? British deportees, no only there or two. That's how the British did. They were going to pay and they were prepared to pay to the Rwandese government. So for Kagame and Katie and no a safe haven. British government they found one control airport say one chiwu for Kagame chiwu there be almost two crew and with a makeshift apartment at the room. And it is anybody said on person of Nigeria for fear of Serbia imprisonment and Liberia for fear of imprisonment. And the occurrence of Rwanda no Yabida eventually or survival. That does not mean to almost sorry to because seek asylum no. Sebi Nina Ghana has it will seek political asylum than any other country in the history of Africa as far as Europe is concerned. But yeah, political asylum status is very Wahab. You need a civil war. Woman who seek asylum during Rollins time, no. How many of them? Not two, not three, no more than 200 people in an area. But for your grantee woman, Nigerians, your friend is the Germans, they took more than 60% of Ghanaian refugees across Europe. I'm over Gianni, I'm a woman in the palm of Ghana. Women I see them in them. Women actually almost all the new sites in Ghana. Germany and Holland, France and Belgium, these four countries, Ghana and the developmental agenda in terms of housing, Mumu South Ghana for it will be outside Germany that one and every day and not a group papa. And sorry, it will be any a woman America for global battle. And sorry, your friend economic refugees. But the man in South Sudan be economic refugee. Only some few countries of the world and Tokwaho, Syria or now Canada was a Mecca Syrian refugee. Americans to Mejibi, German folk or Lebanon, and only the economic refugee arising out of a war. Ghana now will be our but you're seeking asylum, and then the Ghana for UK. So I even include America, will be added to or the fast year in Qatar, wagging a passport. Once one nationalize it, one formalize it, in citizenship in the status. A normal. It's how the name about the general. Okay, Papa. Okay, now what place my gamer. So I identify to Nigeria. I wish somebody can get reach my to me. Almost from Nigeria embassy. But Liberia call Liberia embassy. I know so much mean yet. So also a Liberian there or a Wahab or Liberia embassy. I don't know if I come Liberia embassy. So also a Chadian there. I come Chad embassy. Where Nigeria, Nigeria embassy. You don't go and keep them in a cell. You don't go and keep them in the military base. Natural will be quarter. Most man for Mama. Are their limbs and their legs broken? No. Let's do the right thing.
Mr. Wahab, anopei medawase papa na medwesi eneso ebia yedase.
Na minka hojema.
Onka so ho. Abusia eni a uti yi Owura Farouk Wahab enu ye ne no atwetwen enkomo no. Eba aman kitahudie mu a ninimdie ewo mu. Eno wa me yate ase se baabi aye keka kono. Ebia nke ye de ehu ne se papa ne ye aginipa dunan. Na yakwaje won ne yede wo behye kukumu a etiamra yaje won iso se ye ba wo se ye ba bi poso na se yede watena eso ye se ya anyehwe ntina se akomasika yi ya tewu ni wefo ogbomu bena no enu mu bi na wo se ye pebi firi ne yede ahwe woni ana se bibi wom ne ente ye e beto ankomo no so na watwe ebesimu ekɔ yanimu